All right, folks, welcome back to the Night's Watch. I'm Jacob.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Tyler.
And it is Thanksgiving weekend, and you know what I'm thankful for? Our first regulation win in what feels like weeks. And also, Mark Stone has risen from the ashes.
Yeah.
He has come home to us.
Yeah.
As cometh.
Yeah. That was the
He
last.
is risen. Oh.
The last 2 weeks have been brutal.
This whole month.
Yeah. November's been. This is probably our worst November I think we've ever had in terms of record. Right. I mean, we got the points because we're getting OT points. We're getting loser points.
As far as like wins and losses, and maybe even points, I think this might be like one of our worst starts like ever.
I think the only other worst month we've ever had was. It was on the broadcast last night. It was in March of the year we lost. The year we missed the playoffs was the last month we had this bad.
Yeah, and that's when the entire fucking roster was injured.
Yeah, the team was
basically
gutted.
The Silver Knights were playing.
Yeah. Logan Thompson was fighting to get the team back in the playoff position.
It was Jack Eichel and the Silver Knights, and then when they missed the playoffs in the last day of the season, everyone's like, Jack Eichel's a scrub.
Yeah. Turned around the next year. But yeah, I think since we recorded last, did we even win a game? I think it was just maybe the Utah game, right?
I think that was the last game we won since.
Yeah.
Because we took last weekend off. Yeah, because we took last weekend off for the holiday, and then it's been overtime losses and regulation are getting dominated by Utah, or losing to Montreal.
The biggest bright spot was the one game that we lost in a shootout instead of losing in overtime.
I was at that game.
Well, hallelujah.
Yeah, I was. We get to being down. I'm like, okay, we're going, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, don't let it go to overtime, please. And it goes to overtime. I'm like, just make it through overtime. Just don't break my fucking heart. And then I'm like, this team's gonna lose in the shootout. We're not good at the shootout. Like,
well, that was the thing. That game, I was like, I've never seen Schmidt in the shootout. Maybe that some goalies are just good in that situation.
He wasn't bad. I mean, I think he only let one.
I don't think we scored.
We didn't score at all. Yeah.
No, we didn't.
No,
classic.
Yeah, it was literally scored once, and that's what won them the shootout.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was brutal.
Yeah, it was. It was a fun game. Don't get me wrong. I had a blast, but it was not the greatest thing to go into Thanksgiving the next day.
No, yeah, and even looking back, not even looking at the scores right now or the schedule, I think we all know there have just been certain things that have been an issue. Mm-hmm. Starting on time.
Yes.
Letting in the first goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Playing from behind. And I don't know. One of the games this weekend, me and Tyler and Lance watched it at the bar, and
probably the Montreal game.
Yeah, it was. And I just kept saying to them, I was like, I don't know what to fucking make of this team, because the analytics are strong. All these analytic models are still.
They're one of the best teams.
We're still projected to finish top 5 in the league. And you look and there's a long stretches of good hockey in these games, but they just haven't been able to click.
They haven't strung a single game together.
And it's
it was only the Utah game. The first Utah game was the only game that it all kind of was working. We limited shots. We're playing good defense. We're playing dominant offense. Goaltending looked good. Mm-hmm. Maybe the only game aside from the games earlier in the season against Carolina, really, and obviously Calgary, but that doesn't really count, right? Because Calgary's the worst team in the league, where they looked solid. But there's only a couple games where they've looked horrendously bad, against Utah, maybe Montreal, from what I could tell, from what you guys were saying. I didn't watch it at all.
Oh,
it was brutal. They were letting, I heard on the broadcast, they let 3 or 4 breakaways go. Yeah. And most of the goals came from just free shots on to Schmid. So there's obviously things they need to fix. I mean, look at the game last night. That first Smith goal was a bad play, and it was basically a breakaway. It wasn't really on Lindbaum.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I was going to mention, is what's so frustrating about it is it feels like every night it's something different. Mm-hmm. Some nights the goalie shits the bed or lets in a bad goal. That Senators game, the whole game, Schmid was good, but that first goal,
was
that was a goal that cannot go in.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you watched the post game presser, but Cassidy was fucking steamed. He was doing that thing where he was just like silently staring to the corner and just like kind of shifting side to side.
It was. I watched that goal go in. I didn't know it went in until I saw the Senators players cheering. I'm like, how did that go in? That wasn't even a shot. That was more of like a throw it into the net and hopefully you get a deflection. It just went in. I'm like, how do you, like you said, how do you let that in? You don't let those in. But like, yeah, it's been something.
As Cassidy said, he's like, you need to be prepared to play. I don't care if it's the first minute. You need to be ready. He wasn't ready, and I was like, it's kind of hard to argue.
Like you said, one night it's goaltending, and then the next night, multiple nights,
score.
You can't score. I mean, look at the Lindbaum stat last night. The only reason he's had a pretty solid showing as a goaltender, River being 22, he hadn't won because they've only scored 11 goals in his 6 games. That's less than 2 goals a game.
Yeah.
You're not winning in this league when you don't score 2 goals a game, right? And then, thank God they scored 4 last night and broke the win streak out. But, one night I'll be scoring, and then another night it'll be just dumb neutral, like defensive zone plays or neutral zone plays. Like even in last night's game, the power play goal for San Jose. Well, I don't know what Kolosar is doing. Like no look backhand pass to the middle of the ice.
It's almost become like our trademark.
Yeah, there's something that happens. Well, I know that like we were talking about the Lindbaum 5-hole goal. He should have saved that, but Holtz also should have not just been awful with
completely lost the puck battle.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what I mean. It's like you can, cause especially like online, everyone's favorite thing to do is to find a scapegoat and start pointing and like, all right, let's all pile on this guy. And I'm like, guys, it's kind of they've just been as a team working together to find new ways to lose.
Yeah.
And with the total line shuffle too.
But let's put it in perspective though. Mark Stone's back, and he looks really good with Marner Howden on that pairing. They look all three of them look really good together. I think he put him with Howden just because he's like, well, Howden kind of took Mark Stone as his he played center or wing.
Brad Howden played left wing.
So
with Chandler Stevenson as the center.
You've got that, and then obviously Hurdle, Dory looked good together. He's now tied for the team lead in goals again. He's double digits. And then the fourth line scored last night too. I hate to say it.
Sissons got his first.
Yeah, I hate to say it. And Reinhart looked really good last night being back in the lineup. I hate to say it. Maybe not Holtz, but Smith and Saad were scratched for a reason.
Yeah.
They, as much as I'm sure this whole table loves Riley Smith.
Yep.
He's kind of showing why he was bad in New York and Boston. He had a good start, obviously no Carlson, that's huge, right? Mm-hmm. But you've got a talented center you're being played with in Brett Howden or with Colton Sissons or Tomas Hurdle. You've got a lot of talented centers that you can be played with and not showing up. Brandon Saad has flashes and just does nothing after that. So are those bad mistakes of veterans that we signed? I don't think so. I think it might take some time for them to get back into it just because, benching them is going to be like, oh, shit, I suck. Maybe that'll flash in their brain. But
well, let me ask you guys something, and we'll do Tyler first, and we'll do you. The current lineup, how long do you think it goes, and is it tenable to have 2 right wings like Marner and Stone on the same line? Because to me, the deeper we get into the year, the games start mattering more. Playoffs are going to come eventually. I think the best you need to have that right wing situation clearly be Stone, Marner, Dorofeev in one combination or the other.
I think it's
or maybe Bowman on the third.
Obviously, Tyler first. Don't want to jump the gun.
So how do you think about the current lineup, and should it stay that way? Or is this just like a temporary thing? Because I honestly don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to tell because nothing has worked, right? So how, like, as a coach, how long do you keep shuffling until you solidify something moving into the All-Star or the Olympic break, right? Because you don't want to wait until after to figure it out. We should probably have this set before the guys go on international leave, right?
Yeah.
So maybe maybe this month would be the last set of 30 days or 31 days that they have to figure this out.
Yeah. It kind of feels that way.
And then, or else I feel like we're just going to be kind of stumbling into wherever we land, in March or April.
Yeah, I could see that. I think it also depends on, unless you have something else.
No,
that
was good.
I think it's dependent on when William Karlsson will be back. That obviously changes the lineup a lot, right? But I mean, like Jacob said, you got a lot of right wing depth now. You've also got good center depth. I think with Karlsson back, I don't think you move Brett Howden back down to a bottom, a fourth line role. I think you keep Reinhart. Something is working with Reinhart, Sissons, and Kolesar. We've seen it when Reinhart's in the lineup. The fourth line looks faster. They look heavier. Mm-hmm. Reinhardt's a fucking animal.
Scored a goal last night.
Yeah. Yep. Sissons scored a goal. And Reinhardt's just all over the place, right? He's getting in deep, being nasty. He laid that massive hit in Utah.
He's playing like
the
other young players in the NHL.
Yeah, he's playing like he's got limited time, which I like to see. Yeah.
When those three are together, it feels like that fourth line has an identity.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I agree, and I just don't think Howden can go back down. I mean, obviously that's Howden, right? Howden's that identity to a T, but I think when Karlsson is back, you kind of have to keep maybe Howden with Karlsson, and if Smith can get back into the lineup, Smith gets back in the lineup. But if Karlsson's back, Holtz is out.
Yeah.
So where do you put Smith and Saad if Bowman's playing so well that he's solidified himself as a top 9 guy with this team? And then obviously Mark Stone and Mitch Marner aren't going anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're superstars.
Dorofeev ain't going anywhere.
No. So if your first line is, once Karlsson's back, you're like, okay, Bowman doesn't have to be up there, which Bowman's looked great. He ended a 5 game point streak on Friday. Fine. He's 22 years old. I'm not, and he wasn't drafted. I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah.
It's not going to stunt his development. So if that first line ends up being Barbie, Eichel, Stone, and then the second line's
like Hurdle, Marner, Dorofeev.
Well, you want to keep the right ringer. Right? Because
so then you put Doro on the right on the third line?
Yeah, I think he can play either side, really. Right?
And that's the thing, because now that you mention it, if Bowman can play on the right on the third with Karlsson, like Dorofeev, he's a left shot. He plays on the right a lot, but he should, in theory, be able to play on the left side.
I also think we're kind of discrediting Marner a little bit. That guy can play every position he can be all over.
I've literally seen him take shifts as the defenseman.
Yeah, he can play everywhere on the ice.
5-on-5 shifts.
I think they'd go back to the Marner, Hurdle, Dory line, and then dependent on Karlsson, I think you kind of have to keep Howden on the wing there and play with Bowman. I much as I hate saying Smith and Saad are scratched, but you keep those guys for the playoffs, right? Those guys you do need come playoff time. I don't think Braden Bowman, if they'll keep him as scratched if Bowman can't cut it, and this is way down the line.
Yeah.
If Bowman's not ready for it, swap in Riley Smith, and you have the benefit to swap in any two of those years-long veterans into the league, into the team anytime. I think it's just we have to, something you said, this team has gotten slower. Bring Bowman in, you bring Holtz back in, you bring Reinhart back in. Team looked a lot faster last night. It kept up with probably the fastest team, one of the fastest teams in the league, one of the youngest teams in the league. Look how much worse we looked against Montreal without Reinhart and Holtz, with Smith and Saad in. They were just getting breakaway after breakaway, and they're the youngest team in the league. So they're fast. So we've got to rework, and look at Colorado, how fast they play. We've got to rework. Yeah, positioning matters, right? And that'll matter in the playoffs, but you're living and dying off the rush at this point. You're living and dying off of back and forth hockey. If you can't keep up, you're going to lose to Utah, 5-1.
Dude, so who do you think is trade bait? Is Saad and Smith on
I don't
that
think you
block?
have a market.
Yeah, that's the...
Or you just trade for picks.
I hate to say it, but I think one of the goalies was would be the biggest trade.
It'd probably
piece we
be
could
Akira
offer.
Schmid. Yeah, unfortunately, as good as Schmid's been.
But that's why you would get something back, or
Yeah.
why a team would take him.
Oh yeah, he's still very valuable. He is massive. He is like 6'5", 6'6". He's been really good, and he's what, second or third in the league in wins still.
And he's young.
And he's young. And he's got a ton. He's a ton of talent, and we've seen how good he is. And if Hart does work out, unfortunately, either you trade Schmid or you lose him for free, because he will get claimed if you. If you drop him down when Hill's ready, Akira Schmid will not be on your team anymore.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear what's about going to happen tomorrow, December 1st. They're going to re-sign Lindbaum to Henderson.
Yeah.
They're going to call up Hart, and they're going to rock Hart and Schmid until Hill comes back, and then you're just going to have to figure out a way to carry 3 goalies or trade one.
I mean, look at it this way:
later.
There's going to be plenty of teams that would be in playoff position that need a backup or a 1B. I don't want to trade him to Edmonton, but you could get decent value from Edmonton. I know Stuart Skinner had a shutout last night. Wow. Fucking a clock's right twice a day. Congratulations. You've been dog shit the entire season. But you could trade Montreal. I'm sure would love to have Akira Schmid on their team, because Sam Montembeault, other than the game against us,
he's been
always
ass all
other.
season.
Ass all season, right?
Until they play us, and then he stops everything except one.
Yeah, and the Devils have been kind of hit or miss, right? With Markstrom, and Allen's been good, but Markstrom's been up and down. The Canes could use somebody. There's plenty of teams in the league that could use a number 2 goalie.
Every single team in this league needs a goalie or a second line center.
Exactly. And just so happens that we have a plethora of those. Like, could we trade Colton Sissons, right, to somebody for a bottom 6 center somewhere and just move Brett Howden down? I don't think we would, because Sissons has really picked up his pace and has looked a lot better recently. But that's kind of the benefit you have now, is you have a third goaltender. You could trade him. You have a multitude of centers. You could technically trade them. And like Tyler said, unfortunately, between Smith and Saad, you have a couple extra wingers that people could use, where you do need one of the 2 of them. I don't think both of them go.
Yeah.
But you could move one of them. But when's the trade in, like March?
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
Yeah. But I do think ending November like with a win, maybe not entirely right. Ending November with a win was good, right? Like, November was horrific.
That was the first win that I saw in person, and God, it felt good.
Yeah, the only other one I saw in person was when we beat the dog shit out of Calgary, which was fantastic. But it's been a rough watch this entire month.
Yeah,
but that's also not to say like you could completely turn on its head come December, right?
I don't have it in front of me, but I'm pretty sure we're back to second in the division.
Yes, we passed LA. Maybe, I don't know if LA won last night, but we're second or third, and it's only like separated by 2 to 3 points, I think. So it's not like we're third and we're behind Anaheim by 10.
Yeah, we are in third, just behind LA by 1 point. So Anaheim, LA, 31 points. Us 30.
Oh,
Seattle.
That's a single point.
Yeah. I think once we're done talking about Vegas, we're going to talk about the league a bit, as we usually do. But it is just insane how closely packed the fucking standings are.
Yeah, there's only a handful of teams out of it.
Which is part of why it's been so frustrating. I'm like, you know what would be great, guys? If you just went on a 3-game winning streak.
Yeah, because like you could
create some distance.
We could have 31 points today. Like, we were lucky that the rest of the Pacific's been kind of like up and down. All of the rest of the league, really, aside from Colorado, probably has been up and down in November. No one's been consistent. Minnesota went on that crazy hot streak and because they started off so bad, so they had to go on a hot streak.
Even the teams that are hot right now, a lot of them had bad starts.
Yeah,
you know?
and look at San Jose. They had a horrific start.
Only 3 points behind Minnesota.
Yeah, and they've been really good recently, and we only lost to them in overtime, I think. Again,
LA.
Take a hot guess. I'm going to say
yes.
If you're thinking of a game that we played in the last month, we probably. Odds are we lost in overtime.
I think we've only lost.
LA's got 7 overtime losses.
Yeah, I think
you know who else has some? You can probably see. I think Seattle has almost as much.
6.
Colorado's got 8, I think.
Colorado have 6
6
OT losses.
Damn.
They've only got 1 regulation loss, but we only have, I think, 4 or 5 regulation losses?
6.
6? Jesus, never mind.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Damn
But
it.
those, like, aside from a couple, those have mostly been close. And that's the thing, too, is, like, I know I feel like I've been talking the entire time, but that's the thing, like, to think about. Like, I feel like,
No, keep talking while I grab a beer.
yeah. Can you grab me one, too, please?
Yes.
I feel like none of these games, aside from maybe 2 to 3, have been completely out of reach. If you think about it, really, like obviously the Utah,
we're just like one step behind.
and even the Utah game, I think they had 2 empty net goals, and so it wasn't
Yeah,
that
I
far
mean,
out of reach.
yeah, that
Montreal,
wasn't as
we
bad as
were
it looked on paper.
awful that game. I didn't
we were
watch
bad.
it. It was very important for Christmas, put Christmas up that day, so I didn't watch that one. I was just like, Jacob, what's happening? And he's like, not good.
It's weird. It's weird. I brought this up to Jake I think last week or a few weeks ago. It's like,
Thank you, sir.
in between watching the Knights, I've been watching other games as much as possible. And watching these other teams, because I'm looking at it through the lens of a Vegas fan.
Yeah.
Right?
What are
We're
we up
watching-
against?
We're watching some of the the best players in the NHL play their game, and we're critical of that. And then I'll watch like I don't know, Tampa and Minnesota play or something, and I'm like, fuck, man, it must be hard as a fan of those teams to watch those guys.
Yeah, because if they're playing at a high level and they make a mistake, you're
Yeah.
like, what are you like? Like I saw plenty of comments from Minnesota fans to start the season, like we're not gonna make the playoffs. We're gonna be awful.
Yeah.
This. I'm like, again, that's something I keep telling myself. I think we all keep telling ourselves. Like it's only the first 2 months
Yeah.
of the season. There's plenty of hockey to go.
But we have that bias, right? We're like,
Yeah.
man, we know what these guys are capable
Oh, yeah.
of, and we've
Yeah,
seen it.
for
We
sure.
want to see it,
Well-
every night at their best. But it's not realistic. But then we get upset. We're like, fuck, we suck.
Yep.
Yeah.
But everyone else kind of sucks then too.
Yeah.
If you put them all together.
Well, it's funny
Except for
'cause,
Colorado.
Yeah, all right. Well, it's funny
Hey,
because
we took that Colorado team to overtime. They only scored 2 goals on us.
Yeah.
I'd like to remind everybody that in
Yeah.
the midst of their fucking heater, we held that team to I think only 2 goals.
Yeah.
There you go. But now this was actually a comment that Chris Knobloch made about the Oilers because they've been struggling, which as they do.
As they do.
Not going to tempt fate.
Not going to
We're
not
not
gonna
gonna
test
tempt fate.
stones. Yeah.
Knock on wood. Okay, we're not tempting fate. But anyways, we wouldn't have to face them in the playoffs if they missed playoffs. But anyway, he basically had a comment where he just said like, I forgot what he did. I think he kind of did what Cassidy did, where he was scratching guys and moving guys around. And
Yeah.
he basically said like, enough's enough. He's like, we know the guys here can do it, but they just have to actually do it. You know what I mean?
No, that's a good point.
And that's kind of how I've been feeling with Vegas. It's like, and I think that's why we're so frustrated. Like, I know Gio rolls his eyes because he just got done watching the Ducks suck for 10 years.
Yeah.
But
he's
the
like, oh,
better
you
part of
Vegas
the
fan.
game.
He
Yeah.
finally has something to look forward to.
Violently
Exactly.
suck. Not just suck, but like violently be bad.
But
like,
I know for him, you'll always say something like, "Oh, you Vegas fans, you don't know what it's like to lose." I'm like, maybe we don't, but that's why we get so frustrated because like we know this team can be so much better.
Yeah.
We know a team with fucking Jack Eichel and Mitch Marner and
Mark
Shea
Stowe,
Theodore,
Shea Theodore,
and
like
no
with
Hannafin,
all stars, multiple all
It
stars on the
should
team.
be.
half our damn team's gonna be in the fucking Olympics.
Yeah, like every game should be a fucking blowout for us.
Yeah.
And it's not. And
Yeah.
we're upset about
But
it.
that's also the thing to think about is like there's a lot of growing pains on this team, right? Like
That's
kind of
true,
looking at it back now with all the changes that did happen. You have effectively a brand new 4th line, sans Keegan Colasar. You have not a brand new 3rd line, but part of it's new. Mitch Marner's coming into a totally different system. Like
Yeah.
they weren't playing the way they're playing, and I mean clearly look at Toronto right now. They're kind of up and down.
You guys think they would need someone like Mitch?
Oh.
Toronto?
What kills me is I keep seeing these these posts.
Sorry, I
where
didn't mean to interrupt you.
They're
That's
like,
not
oh,
really
well, let's compare Matthew Knies and Mitch Marner's points totals. And I think the last time probably not after last night, Mitch is probably ahead, but they've been like close together, and like they use that as like some kind of gotcha. Like, yeah, we picked the right guy, and I'm just like, you do realize the other option was having both these guys
Yeah.
at the same time.
Matthew Knies was on your team. Both these
Like,
guys
you
were on your
had
team
that.
last year. Your only other option was like, yeah, we'll pay Mitch 13, and then we will drop fucking I don't know Connor Timmins. Who gives a shit? Like
like an Oliver Ekman Larson.
don't sign OEL. Wow. Don't trade for Dakota Joshua. That's a novel fucking idea, right? Like, then maybe you can keep Mitch. Maybe don't pay Austin Matthews 16 fucking million or whatever much he's making. Like,
to skate around.
Isn't it crazy how much shit Toronto fans gave Mitch for his first contract? And then now they're giving Austin like however much. I don't think it's 16. I think it was like 13 and a half or whatever.
It's a good amount. It's like it's like right around the McKinnon number. I think it's like around 13 and a half to 14.
Yeah, and they're just like, oh, that's fine. That's fine. And then meanwhile, Mitch took 12, and they're like, oh, look at this asshole.
Look at this asshole wanting to save his team some money. Look at this dick.
It's almost like he learned his lesson or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like you said, wouldn't Toronto love to have Mitch? I don't know. Wouldn't Ottawa love to have Mark Stone? Wouldn't Anaheim? Most of our players they would love to have, but that's just good GM-ship, which kind of leads into I want to ask you guys, how short do you think the leash is for Kelly McCrimmon on the players, not only the players, but also the coach? Not saying we should. Bruce Cassidy's a great coach. He's not. I don't think he's great. He won a Stanley Cup. I don't think he should get fired. But we know our GM's kind of mentality, right?
Yeah.
Can I tell you the truth, boys? Before last night, I was like, I think we are about 4 more losses before Cassidy gets fired and they bring up Ryan Craig.
Or they like sign John Tortorella and beat the guys into the ground.
Yeah. Well, because that's the thing, too. It's like whenever people talk about firing coaches, I'm like, guys, it's not just about who you get rid of. It's who you
have out there, right?
And right now, the only real NHL head coaches out there are Tortorella and Peter DeBoer, and I don't think they're bringing Peter DeBoer back.
No.
Stepdad Pete.
Stepdad Pete.
And I don't know if this fan base and this team would like John Tortorella.
Probably.
But
probably not.
I don't feel or see Cassidy being on the chopping block.
I don't feel it either.
Unless we crater.
I don't see there's like you said, unless we completely crater. It's just the past, right? The past of.
You know what I think is his saving grace? And
I don't a cup.
Well, that, but no, I just mean it's what we talked about at the beginning. The analytics have been very strong.
Yeah.
And Kelly McCrimmon takes that shit very seriously.
Just some of it's just hasn't been.
Yeah, some of it's just been puck luck or like one singular bad moment.
Yeah.
Before you got here, Tyler said something that made me laugh. What'd you say? Like, oh, we're like married to fucking crossbar chances right now.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
pucks off the post.
Even we have a very intimate relationship with the crossbar.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That last night, that last shot Jack had on one of the power plays, just a rocket straight in and just.
I'm pretty sure it dented the fucking bar. It had to have, right?
Like so many games. That's a good point. Multiple games in a row. It's just like
that puck had red paint on it afterwards.
Oh yeah, it's just been dinging. Just every single game, you're dinging off something.
I don't know if that's I guess you could look at it positively, right? Like we're getting the shots and they're getting through, just not to the net, to the bar. And what do you do with that? You don't tell the guys to stop, right?
Well, here's what I liked about last night. I know against San Jose, so it's a little bit easier because their defense is younger and worse than most, right?
But it's been a lot better.
It's been a lot better. And the goal,
Cassidy even made a point of saying that in his post game conference. He's like, this team is defending a lot better and a lot tighter than they have been.
Ryan
in years past.
Rostofsky's a great coach. He's been. I mean, as I said was last night, as we've seen, he led Team USA to their first World Championship last year since the 30s. So he's a good head coach. So they've been a lot better. The goaltending's been really, really good for both Nedeljkovic and Askarov have both been a lot better.
Not when I drafted him.
Recently, they've been a lot better.
Damn it.
So what I liked seeing last night was, I think Bruce Cassidy took Ken's article and read the shooting percentage to everybody, and he's like, "I'll kill you if this is 7% ever again. Like I'm gonna bag skate you for 3 weeks. Like shoot the goddamn puck." And they're shooting
and that's the thing that he's brought up a couple times too, where he's like, we're getting our chances. Some of them aren't going in. He's like, I'll start to worry when they stop getting their chances.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I agree. And it sucks because that's kind of always been our problem. Like, it feels like we've never had, not never, but we never have enough true, just like sink 'em shooters.
Yeah.
Dorothea was kind of that guy, but he's kind of cooled off for
a
month.
And teams have clued in on him, right? They're usually when we enter the zone, there's 2 guys on top of them most of the time, right? And I think the power play needs to get back to something I noticed last night was they never really passed it to him when he was ready for the one-timer, even though Sharks player wasn't there.
He was just kind of like standing there with, you got the stick out, like, I'm ready. I'm ready.
So I think we might have to, get back to doing that. But that's a good thing, though, for Dory that teams are double teaming him because they know how good he is. And that opens up the ice. Look at Hurdle, the Hurdle goal.
Hurdle had a lot of space in the center.
That first Hurdle goal, they were too busy worrying about somebody else. He's like,
well, there was 2
right in.
the 2 Sharks players stifled Dorofiev's attempt, and the puck just kind of walked right into that open area in front of the net.
Exactly, but Hurdle had the sense to be like, maybe I should put myself in a prime scoring position.
Yeah. And what's I wanted to ask you guys because
what if I go to the middle of the ice? What a concept.
What is with Ned and just being the dumbest goaltender every time he played? Like the 2 times he's played us, it didn't affect him too much last night. He made some really good saves.
He did,
but he made some horrific plays with the puck and
that bite on the wraparound.
Oh.
It was like
it was the funniest thing. So that play happened. I see Mitch by himself, and when he faked to shoot it, because I knew after watching, I'm like, now I know what he did. He faked the shot to bait him further out to go to the
you saw
wraparound.
Ned's glove come out like he wanted to snatch it, but
and
he's
so
like, oh no.
When he was skating down and had a shot, I just yelled, shoot it, because I've just been in my mind. I'm like, God damn, shoot the fucking puck, Mitch. And he didn't shoot it, and then he wraps around and scores, and my wife goes, look, he scored, he didn't shoot it. I'm like, shit! You're right, but
damn it.
You're right. But no, he made I don't know what's his deal. Like he's made. So
I was at the game, so I couldn't see it in real time. But me and Tyler were watching the replays before you got here, and I saw the bite, and I was like, oh, but still. But then like he kept sliding, and I was like, holy shit, buddy! Like you're like 3/4 of the way past the post.
And even when Sisson scored and he was like throwing his hands up for goaltender interference, I'm like, I don't think it's goaltender interference when he's tripped into you, and he also batted at the puck into it.
Fell on his ass.
Yeah,
he was like,
I fell down.
I mean, it kind of looked. If you look at the replay, the stick does make contact with the glove as he's like.
But I think they're
already
both going down. And whatever. I'm not gonna get into the minutia of that, but
to me, I'm like, well, if they didn't challenge it, it's probably fine.
If a good coach like Ryan Orse, which I think has been the best part of for the Sharks, is they hired a younger coach that's pushing
you wouldn't
all
know
these
it by
guys.
looking at his hair.
Oh, his hair. He looks like he's 50 and he's balding. I think he's in his 30s.
Oh, like Mark Stone.
Mark has way more hair.
Yeah, It's Mark Stone's got the widow's peak into where like he can still kind of like cut it. And he can grow his hair long.
He could rock the Jude Law if he wanted to.
Yeah. Jude Law is a very handsome man, but he's very visibly like a very massive widow's peak and receding.
That's why I'm against hair plugs. I'm like, guys, just embrace it. Yeah. You don't have to shave it either. Just rock the Jude Law. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with a mature hairline. I don't have to worry about that because I have a great head of hair. Literally, for everyone else.
Every time he bends his head down, it's just you can see just. It's a full fitting. Like you can see that all that's missing is the hair. It's in 2 years the hair will be gone. He'll have the
George Jefferson,
the Larry David,
the Peter DeWar. Like he's not that far, but regardless. But I mean, what we play Chicago Tuesday,
and
then what? There's like a bunch of games. That's our last home game.
Yeah, we go back on the road
East Coast swing, right?
Yeah, let me pull up our schedule.
I know we want it.
You're gonna have to because I don't have any interweb signal.
Beautiful.
Well, I'll get you on the Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Tuesday, Chicago. Friday, New Jersey, and then we're on the road: New Jersey, New York, Islanders, Philly, and Columbus.
Yeah, we go through the
the state of New York.
Yeah, we go through that tri-state corridor.
Our big East Coast road trip.
No, I mean.
It's kind of a bummer that it's in December. I like having home games in December because
it's
to me
Christmassy
like Christmas and
hockey
hockey
decorate. Yeah,
Christmas and hockey kind of go together, right?
Yeah,
we only have 3 home games in December before Christmas.
Wow, that's bullshit.
Yeah, San Jose, New Jersey.
That sounds right. 'Cause
Chicago.
I remember when the schedule came out. That's the first things I always check are
because you were like I remember we talked about the schedule. Like, this is horse shit. Like, why don't we have more home games in December?
The first thing I check when the schedule comes out is home opener, obviously.
Yes.
And then I look for the longest road trip and the longest homestand. And then I look for all the holidays in case I want to like go to Seattle for like an away game.
Yeah.
And then I remember looking at the December one and I was like, what the fuck? We have like 2 games.
Speaking of homestands, obviously this team hasn't been good in November, but this team has not been very good at home either.
Oh, that first homestand, the longest one of the
Yeah.
year, by the way.
Pretty bad.
Complete fucking disaster.
Yep. I think
We won 1 game
we won 1 game on this home
out of like
homestand
6.
too.
Yeah.
So the second longest homestand, we only won 1, and that was last night.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, we're joking, but like
Maybe Chicago, but
we're joking, but like I said, like last night against the Sharks, I think that was my first win in person, unless we were at one and I'm forgetting.
no, we lost when we were together for the Islanders game. We lost, and then
God.
that was miserable.
That horrific
then-
short-handed goal.
And then when we went, what game was that? We sat in like kind of like the center ice in the upper deck. I don't remember who we were playing, but I'm positive we lost that game because we were pissed off leaving. And
I have a lot of memories of what my mom calls the walk of shame,
Yeah.
where you have to walk out of the fucking arena and it takes 15 minutes, and then you get to the plaza, and I'm like, cool, it's gonna be another fucking 20 minutes until I get to the MGM parking
I
garage.
wish you got a picture of me because I could feel the disappointment. But the end of the Islanders game,
Oh, dude, it was fucking comical because it was me and my sister in my parents' seats, which were like right on the aisle, and then Alex and Victoria got seats on the other side of the aisle. So we're just me and Alex were just kind of like yelling at each other over the stairs, and overtime, good strong overtime for like 3 minutes, and then we get the power play, and I'm like, okay, maybe we won't score on the power play, but we'll definitely at least get to a shootout, and yeah,
5 seconds in, maybe
puck drops, shorthanded goal. Like we went in, and I was just like in shock. And then my sister was already up. She's like, "Let's go." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I look over, and Alex is just sitting there staring, like he has his beer in one hand and his poster in the other, and he's like, and like he was.
Legitimately, I was
so
like trying to like make eye
shocked,
contact, like we're out of here, but he was so shocked. I was like, "Okay, we're leaving him.
Yeah.
Go,
He'll be fine.
Hit the stairs.
Yeah.
Beat the crowd."
I think I was watching at home, and they scored, we lost, and I'm just sitting at the edge of my ottoman. Just kind of
hell
like
of a place to be.
Yeah. I
dumbfounded a bit.
Most of the games recently, I've been sitting in my spot on the couch, just like silently staring at it.
Dude, my wife gets up. She's like, "You look mad."
Yeah.
you okay?
Oh yeah. My wife will go, "Oh,
Yes, I am.
Are you are you gonna turn it off?" I'm like, "Let me sit here for a
Yeah,
second."
just give me a minute.
And then I turn
It's like
it
when you
off,
get
and I angrily turn.
smacked,
Yeah, I
and
angrily
it's like,
turn Netflix on. I'm like, "What do you want to watch?" And she's like, "Why are you mad?" I'm like, "Don't talk to me."
Yeah, I like rage fucking shut the app down.
Oh yeah, same. Yeah,
I set
yeah.
it down, put on Bob's
I
Burgers,
don't
and walk
have
away.
I don't have the like an Apple TV, or I don't have like the Amazon Fire, but like I get up all angrily. I'm like, turn the computer off and plug it really hard. And
Yeah.
throw it. Set my computer down, not hard, but like
Yeah.
enough to make a noise. I'm like,
Yeah,
slam the door into my
I can't afford to break it, but I really want to.
See, I live alone, so as soon as goals like that go in,
Just
It's like a
Scream.
Wilhelm scream. And just
it's even sadder than that. I don't even scream. The second it goes in and I know it's a good goal, I immediately just hit the exit button on the app, and it just cuts to black.
Can you see your
And then-
face in the screen?
And then I'm just sitting there in a dark living room in dead silence. And then I pull out my phone, and that's when I text the hockey chat and say something like, "I'm going to blow my brains out."
perfect. That
Yeah, we all cope differently.
But there's always that moment, and it's subjectively funny, but that moment between the, all that excitement ending, and then the screen just cuts out, then I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, and then my brain starts going, and then I'm like, it's just a game.
Yeah,
It's fine. Okay.
It's fine. It's a long season.
And then I'm like, okay, you
But-
have work tomorrow. Time to make lunch. Let's go to bed.
It's
so
that
hard.
Meme, it's that meme, right? Where it's like, well, for the next 6 months, my entire mental health is tied to how 12 men play
Yeah.
or 18 men play every night. Every 2 days.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
telling,
going to let this hockey team dictate my emotions for the next 6 months.
like I was saying earlier, I was having my single man holiday depression. So when me and my sister left the game last night, we both just made eye contact and we're both like, I fucking needed this.
Yeah, no, for real.
I needed this. Oh,
you
God.
and Carl needed it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Carl needed it, dude.
Yeah. I know we talked about it last night. Don't you love how the timer was still going and the puck was behind the net? I think Mark Stone just clicked like they're not going to move this at all. We're good. He immediately like threw it like he won the cup, threw his hands up in front of Carl and just like
we talked about this earlier.
Just grab it. I'm like, that I love this. This is what your captain's like. And then the entire team runs over. And, like, they're hugging the guy. I'm like, I love it.
This
is a mental health boost.
Yeah,
and you just love to see that. You love to see that support because
Carl was probably treading that game a little bit.
Well, and that's the thing, and because I know we really hyped him up before he got called up because we're like, no, dude, this kid is so good. And he is. He's been good.
He's been good.
Yeah.
He's let some stinkers in.
He's had some stinkers, and like
he's also 22.
I said there have been a few times where you can kind of sense the panic a little bit. But there was also, I would say there was at least 3 games where they should have won with him in net, and they didn't because the team in front of him just wasn't good enough.
He can't score.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He can't score.
He played against Tampa, and he only let 1 in or 2 in. And
yeah. Imagine.
Yeah.
Was it that was his first game, wasn't it?
I think so, and he played.
And you have fucking Nikita Kucherov
when they first
slapping him at you.
Yeah, when they first called him up, I'm sure you guys will recall, it wasn't like usually when your starter gets injured, like, all right, we're gonna run the backup into the ground for a few weeks. Mm-hmm. They were alternating for a long time.
Yeah, and then Schmid just got hot.
Yeah. Then there was even a point where they gave Carl like 2 back-to-backs, and I was like, oh, I think maybe they're seeing something on Carl. And then those games didn't go well. Then they started riding Schmid, and Schmid kind of got hot and kind of established himself as being the better one. But only 22. He's a rookie. It was his first NHL call-up. Dustin Wolf, his first call-up didn't go great in Calgary. But
it's not going great right now. Like,
this
is his first full season of them riding him. And
last year was.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And
he was really good.
Yeah.
But the team is dog shit.
Yeah. Right.
They can't score.
I think... we've talked about it, where goaltenders are going to take longer to cook in the system and come up. Like, you really don't enter your prime as a goaltender until you're like 27 or 28, whereas skaters can be prime at 18. I mean, look at Mackin Celebrini. He's like fucking 20 years old.
Leo Carlson.
Jesus. But they take longer time to adapt to the game. Obviously, Lindblom's going to take longer because he was in Sweden, and then you go from Sweden to the AHL. You're good in the AHL, then you need to be good in the NHL. The best AHL goaltender could be the worst NHL goaltender, right?
Yeah.
It's all dependent.
Did I tell you what my sister calls him?
No.
So you know how in Henderson, during the whistle, he always skates by your seats and taps the board twice?
I like to think that he likes me.
I know. Well, because when I took her with your tickets, thank you.
No problem.
But she noticed that. I was like, does he always do that? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, okay. She's like, I'm going to call him Tippy Taps.
Tippy Taps.
So the whole game last night, she was like, come on, Tippy Taps.
Tippy Taps.
I love that.
I think we're gonna have to use that.
We're gonna use that. Call him Tippy Taps from now on.
So I do think Tippy Taps has a bright future.
Yeah.
That being said, I think it's probably good for him to finish the year in Henderson and
100%.
Just get another year of pro hockey under his belt.
He'll be there. He'll be back. He'll be good.
And that was almost kind of a thing. Like, we talked about the difference between the AHL and the NHL. A lot of these games in the NHL, he was almost a little too reactive, and I think that's because he's used to the AHL, where the puck is so unpredictable, and he has to.
I noticed that. Or he's a lot in the NHL. He's been, which I don't mind. He plays the puck a lot, like as like a poke check.
Yeah.
But sometimes he kind of over positions himself, where he'll come a little too far out. Like we've talked about it before, where he comes out way too far out of his net. But I think that's more his brain being an AHL, where I'm like, I have to come out and make the goal smaller. 'Cause I don't know where the fuck this puck's gonna go. Like,
he's like, I have to be the 7th defenseman, or I'm fucked.
Exactly. I have to take some of this ice away. Where in the NHL, you can be a little bit more comfortable, like just being in your net. So he's obviously got a lot of things to learn, and with Hart, I don't know if it's so. Let's
next
get
topic.
Next topic.
Let's talk about it.
Obviously we have our opinions. I think we all have a similar opinion on the guy. But regardless, he's gonna be playing probably on Tuesday against Chicago, right? Probably his first game up. And then he hasn't been amazing in
No.
the AHL, but really, that's not a like a good tell because, like you said, AHL is so random. The shots are so all over the place.
Well, it's one of the things that we talked about a lot where regardless of how you feel about him personally or about his, even from a purely hockey point of view, he hasn't played in like 2 fucking years.
So it's going to be a lot. I mean, he's going to be playing Chicago. That's a lot of new guys. He's never played Connor Bedard. He's never played Frank Nazar. He's never played Artem Levchinov. He's never... There's so many guys. Yeah,
but that goes the other way though. A lot of those young
they've
kids
never seen him.
never
Yeah,
played him before. So
yeah. So I don't think. Obviously, Lance asked how long do you think this is going to last? I'm like, his leash is long. His leash is as long as Aiden Hill's out.
He has a $2 million contract. Yeah. This team, they don't give money to people if they're not going to play him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
They're just not.
Yep. I don't know. I think you're going to need at least 3 to 4 games to see what he's actually going to be, right? Mm-hmm. And he's going to be playing. I mean, Chicago's been a lot better.
Yeah.
And then he's going to go to New Jersey, who's been good. Sans fucking Jack Hughes can't fucking eat by himself, but and then the Islanders have been a lot better. The Rangers have been better. He's going to be playing teams that are solid, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a real look at can he handle it, and if he looks great, okay, then you're good. But if then he's allowing like 5 goals a game, maybe $2 million wasn't a great investment.
Yeah.
It's a lot of ifs, right? Like you said, he hasn't played hockey in 2 years.
It's a clear bet on his ceiling.
It's a massive gamble, yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a clear bet on his ceiling. Unfortunately, his floor, it might be pretty low. We don't know.
The floor is pretty scary, but we'll see. So I think they said he'll likely start Tuesday.
They haven't said anything, but just reading the tea leaves, I mean, he's eligible December 1.
Yeah, why wouldn't you start him right away?
Maybe give Schmid the last home game and then Hart the first
road game. Well, because looking at those games that we're looking ahead at, I'm like, which ones do you start him in? I don't want to start him against New Jersey.
I mean,
I know Chicago's been better, but I'd rather start them against Chicago than
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah. Without Jack Hughes, they've been good. And the Islanders have been better. The Rangers have been better. Columbus has been Columbus.
And the Rangers have kind of hit earth again.
Oh yeah,
they had a little stretch where it's like maybe they're gonna pull themselves out of it. Now it's like no,
they hit the bottom.
No.
They found the bottom again. So. I don't know. Maybe you start him off. Maybe you do start him against the Rangers. Let Schmid take Chicago and New Jersey, and then you start him against New York. Both New York team, depending on how it all works out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather them ease him in than just say good luck.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's probably not going to end well.
Mm-hmm.
And they've kind of been giving Akira the starter workload the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
so
and fortunately,
he's used to it.
There's been no news on Hill, at least I've seen. Right?
I actually was saving this. I purposely did not text the hockey chat because I wanted to save it for you two. So Ken from Sinbin, Ken Bulkey, he hasn't really written it, but in his post game streams, he's been pretty adamant that his sources tell him that it's a lot worse than we think. Friedman kind of suggested Christmas. Ken said, "Don't be surprised if he misses the Olympics, which are in February." So it really might be like it
could be an
come
LTIR.
come back for the playoffs.
Yeah, he might be an LTIR.
No, we got to deal with that again.
I know, right? And then and I'm just like, we're gonna. All right, well, whatever your feelings are from a pure hockey point of view. Carter Hart better be goddamn ready.
Yeah.
Because we need...
If there's no hope until
that's
February.
That's going to be the tandem for 3 months.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we start him in Chicago. Just
all right,
get him
it out of the way.
Get him in.
Yeah, you should...
Jake
will be there. He'll be like...
Yeah.
Carter.
I said my position has been I'm not going to boo because I don't boo my own team. That doesn't mean I have to cheer.
That's right.
True. Yeah.
I'll just be silent.
Again, we'll see. They have to. He can be called up tomorrow. So, like you said, you'll likely tomorrow. First thing we see is Carter Hart's called up. Carl Lindbaum has been sent down.
Yeah.
We'll see how that all works out.
Yeah. I don't think it could get worse.
Oh, it could get worse.
I know it can. I'm trying to like.
No, I'm saying actually, Carter. It could be that Carter Hart gets in the league and just
shits.
Does not look good. It could be that he comes in and he looks great, or he's just mediocre. There's a lot of things that could happen, but he could go play against Chicago and just let 6 goals in.
Yeah,
it could happen, or he could have a shutout. Who knows? But it's just he has to be tested. People say like, well, the AHL is good for conditioning. I'm like, it's not really. I mean, yeah, you can get some shots on you, but
they're not NHL shots.
Yeah, they're pucks that are fucking turning ways you don't think they could. Not because of control, just because the guy just slaps it and hopes to God that goes in the net. Like, it's not that, it's a, don't get me wrong, those guys are talented, but it could be all over the place. So we'll see. And if he's good, that means it helps with the goaltending, but like Jacob said, doesn't mean I have to like the guy, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I have to cheer for him, but
let's say he plays lights out for the week. Mm-hmm. Does that change fan perception?
Oh, the thing is,
I think they're gonna forget almost immediately.
I'm pretty positive
this is the golden positive, boys. The golden standard. Wins change everything.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But I think also when
you start losing, that's when the knives come out.
Yeah.
But winning changes everything.
I also do think we're a minority of the opinion of the player, right? I do think there's more fans that don't care about it than do.
I think there's a lot of fans that just don't know about it.
Exactly. Just don't. Yeah.
I don't want to get too deep into it, but when we saw Carter play in Henderson, when they did the team announcements, he got a massive cheer.
He did. Yep.
And
really?
I do think there is a sect of people where they look at sex crime accusations, and unfortunately, it's kind of become a political thing, which I don't know why or how that makes sense. I mean, I guess it makes sense if you have rapists in office, but it kind of turns into people like, oh, you were accused of it. That means the other person's lying. That means they're lying. You're right. And I'm going to, even though I don't know shit about hockey, I'm going to make a point of supporting you as a political / cultural statement.
Yeah.
I do think there's going to be a lot of that. Don't feel great about that. I do think, obviously, there will be people the other way where they're like, yeah, I don't give a shit how good you are. I would rather miss the playoffs than you be on my team. Yeah. I think the three of us are kind of like, well... I think we have like a view on sports that's relatively healthy, where I'm like, I don't know these guys personally, they're not my friends. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say I don't care what their political beliefs are, but like, I mean, we all know Jack Eichel is whatever, like Mark Stone is whatever. Like, okay, I'm not saying I'm going to get a beer with the guy, but like, if you can make my team better, I view it as a business transaction. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
well, because that's what it is.
Exactly.
I think as regular folk, we tend to inject ideals, our ideals onto other people
and that's the thing, like
something that we like.
And we're all like, in our 30s and 40s. We think we can have that mature perspective. A lot of young fans that are like 18, 19, 20, 21, they're not going to think of it that way, frankly. No. And I don't blame them. They shouldn't. They're, be passionate, but we're all, I'm just going to say, jaded, dead inside a little bit.
Yeah,
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
The way I really view it is I'm like, this team has been one of my only sources of happiness for the last 5 years, so I'm not throwing that away.
Yeah.
This is my primary way of making friends and socializing, is going to bars and watching games and making friends.
Yeah.
I'm not letting Carter Hart take that away from me.
Yeah.
And we've had some guys on the team. Like, was Brendan Leipzig or Brendan Leipzig was on this team briefly, and he's not a good person.
Piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit. And, Tony D'Angelo is being cheered for, I believe, in New York in the Islanders. So no one has a problem with that. Evander Kane is doing just fine in Vancouver.
I think you said it perfectly, Alex. It's because we're a young franchise, we were able to avoid these situations just by happenstance and like pretend that we were better.
Yeah.
But it's been 10 years. We're a championship team. Reality sets in after a while.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I agree. It's
There are people that get paid to do a job.
yeah.
Whether
Exactly.
they don't do like a personality test or
Yeah.
you know, it's are you good at what you do, and if we pay you to do it, will you do it at a professional level?
Yeah.
Yep.
I will say though, Logan Thompson looks primed to win the Vesna, and I'm like, well,
You could have had him for
whatever
$5 million.
whatever his character issues were they really that much worse?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Point-
Anyways.
Point being,
We will have a new goaltender in net
we will
this month.
soon.
And goaltending has been solid at times, shaky at others. Hockey point of view, it's probably a good thing to switch it up a little bit and see
I'm
how it
cautiously
goes.
optimistic for his performances.
Yep.
I am too, because when we went to that game, yeah, the overall numbers weren't great, but he looked good. He was reading the play pretty well.
Yeah, he was making good plays when it got
He was in
front of his
shape.
net. Yeah.
He wasn't panicking. He was in good position.
He was also really weird to where like half the game he was like in a full split and his face was like
Oh yeah, I remember you guys
I sent that
saying
picture. I was like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Like during TV timeouts, like he would like bury his face into his pads and just be like tense and hunched over for like 2 minutes at a time. It's a little freaky. But hey, goalies are fucking weird. So
yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
if that keeps his head in the game,
yeah. I mean, have you seen
do it.
fucking what's his name? Connor Hellebuyck, his pregame like his eye thing. I'm
yeah,
like, yeah.
he looks like a cyborg going through an update.
looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the first movie, like scanning the street as he's driving by. Sarah Connor.
Well, yeah, I think speaking of other players, look around the league. Is there any? I mean, we talked about it a little bit. Are there any surprises?
Yeah, so it is the last
Surprise
day.
players.
It is
Yeah.
the last day of Thanksgiving weekend. That's typically the traditional. Take a look at the league and see who's in and who's out, who's good and who's bad.
We're looking at teams or players, or both.
Both.
We could do both.
Anything that's on your mind.
Yeah. Well, we might have to do players more because the standings have been so fucked
So
up.
all over
Yeah.
the place.
But I'll say it's a player that surprised me, and maybe it shouldn't have. Maybe I'm a dummy. Connor Bedard. He's
Yeah.
finally Connor Bedard.
Yeah,
We have been promised Connor Bedard for 2 years now. We had an insufferable amount of hype his draft year.
yeah.
I got sick of him pretty quick. But this year, I'm like, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a few years in the league will do that to you, right? Get you. It's not new anymore,
Exactly.
right. And he's probably playing with way more confidence, and the fact that they're winning games makes him even more dangerous.
You know what I really think it was? I think he saw, Macklin Celebrini was #1 pick the next year, and Celebrini just hit the ground running.
Oh,
And as an
he was a
18-year-old, was
menace.
just like controlling games on his own. I think he saw the way perception was kind of starting to turn into like, who's the next young star? And everyone's like, it's Celebrini.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he saw that and was like, fuck no.
He's like, absolutely not.
Which I appreciate. I appreciate that competitiveness. Like that's what makes you good, right?
Yeah. So Connor Bedard's got 33 points in
Damn.
24 games, and Macklin Celebrini's got 37 in 26.
I mean,
Damn.
Leo Carlson's an
I
absolute
think,
boss.
yeah, I think he's a mass. I mean, not a mass. We knew how good he was. We've talked about him before. I think just how big of a step he's taken from being like 60 points last year to on track for over like 100 or more. So you knew he had it in him, but you're like, okay, that's a massive jump in year 3. So he's been a surprise for me. And then
He has 34 points so far.
33
33.
in 24, which is good. And then Connor McDavid's got 36 points, but he's minus 5, so that's not great, right?
Get a load of this guy.
I know. I would know. I have him on my team. He
Yeah.
finally fucking had fantasy points last night.
Yeah.
But a couple. I'm really surprised by how bad St. Louis is.
Oof.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't think they were going to be incredible, but I thought they would be half decent.
I think you and I chatted about it at one point, but my whole thing was I at this point I don't remember who. I think like you had him in playoffs and I had him just outside, or the other way around.
Yeah.
But I just remember thinking like maybe I didn't pick him for playoffs because the Central's so deep, but like I thought they'd be good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At least like fifth. Like,
yeah, I thought they would be solid, like a 90-point team. Like they have been fucking horrendous.
They are
dude.
9, 10, and 7.
Dude, Jordan Bennington
might be playing himself out of might be. I think he's played himself out of Team Canada. It's got to be like
he is literally been. We all love to gang up on Stu Skinner. Jordan Bennington has been the worst goalie in the fucking league this year by a mile. Like I just saw, I think it was GSA, goal saved above expected. And they're like, oh yeah, he's okay. There's 32 teams, right? Most teams are playing 2 goalies, so that's 64 goalies. He is 72nd in the league in goals saved above expected.
Oh my god!
That means he's worse than a lot of third-string goalies.
Holy shit!
He has been horrendous.
Wow.
Damn, poor St. Louis.
I know. And honestly, I don't even know how to judge the rest of the team because I'm like, if they just had an average goalie, like maybe they would have won a lot more games.
That's kind of thing I saw too. Was they're like, oh, there's rumor of Binnington to Edmonton. I'm like, does that fix Edmonton's problem? Like,
no, exactly. I'm like,
he's somehow worse than Stuart Skinner.
He's worse than Stuart Skinner, but hey, he has a bigger cap hit. He's a winner. He's won a cup and he won 4 Nations.
He won a cup 6 years ago. Yeah, I'm surprised that he's that. I mean, he's played himself out of a like who would even be that goaltender though? Like LT.
To me, it should be Thompson, Kemper, and Hill if Hill's healthy.
Yeah.
If he's not, then Thompson, Kemper, and fucking Mackenzie Blackwood. He's Canadian, right?
Yeah. Is Scott Wedgwood Canadian?
Yeah, they both are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would take one of those two guys.
The Wood brothers.
Yeah, Scott Wedgwood's
take the Wood brothers.
Yeah, Scott Wedgwood's been great.
LT and the Wood brothers. Yeah, my favorite '70s yacht rock band.
Yeah, that's. I'm very surprised by that. Let me see if I can bring up his stats.
I'm not. I can't say I'm surprised, but I'm like shocked a little bit that McKinnon has just ran the table.
That's the thing. I know exactly what you mean. It's like you kind of expect him to do it, but the way he's doing.
Yeah, like when you see it happen, you're like, God damn it.
And then speaking of that team, like, are we just going to agree that like Cale Makar has already won the Norris? Like, it's been fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's been ridiculous.
Okay, Jordan Bennington's got a negative 6.4 GSAA.
Damn.
Players worse than him are Samuel Ersson, Jacob Markstrom. This one's a surprise. Linus Allmark.
Allmark's been awful.
Oh.
He's at a negative 7.6. A Noonan, who we know has been really bad. Montembeault, who's been really bad. John Gibson, negative 10.4.
Oh, my God.
He's been so it turns out moving teams doesn't matter.
So maybe that 72nd, maybe that wasn't GSA. Maybe that was another stat. But point being,
and then Calvin Pickard's the worst goaltender in the league at GSAA is negative 10.8.
But Alex, the guys in the locker room really like him.
Stu Skinner's negative 5.7. Oh, and then Joel Hofer's been awful too. Jesus.
Well, yeah.
But both goaltenders have been terrible.
I mean, going back to just St. Louis as a whole, they can't get a fucking save to save their lives. Like,
damn.
Goals against.
There go I, but for the grace of God.
Dustin Wolf has the most goals against in the league, but he's got an 890 and only a negative 3.7. So he's attempting to save his life.
He's the only one playing.
So he's basically the scene in RoboCop where he gets like shot by millions by the gang and like his body's like falling apart and he's like, oh,
literally.
That's just him in net every night.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks for St. Louis. They were doing good, but oh well, one less team for us to worry about.
Player I'm excited for, Bowman.
Yeah, bring it back around. Braden Bowman stepped in, and so you're just vindicating Jacobs. This is all Jacobs.
He's been a Bowman believer.
Call me BB for how I be believing in Bowman.
You are just feeding into Jacob's ego and just making it.
Well, no, if it's deserved.
No,
then
I
yeah.
made a lot of awful calls. So, awful
But
predictions, but
You take this
that one was
out.
good.
for a long time, he's been talking about Braden. Like as long as his podcast has existed, and we picked him up, he's been talking about Braden Bowman as a guy that could be in the league and perform really well.
Yeah.
and
I just- well,
sure
'cause
as shit. Like
To me, it was just like I'm like, this guy was in Guelph for 4 years, Guelph Storm. Like he had like 122 points one season. He was the captain of the team.
Jeez.
I'm like, why wasn't he drafted? And then I saw his draft year 2020, and I was
COVID.
like, oh,
Yeah.
why? Simple as
that-
that. Like,
That's so unfortunate, dude. Right? Like, global pandemic
what shit?
stifled.
What shit timing? If you're
Yeah.
a player born that year.
Yeah, stifled probably the professional growth of a lot of
Well,
young talent. in those
Honestly,
2 years.
I feel like there's people don't really talk about it, but there's really kind of like a mini crop of like, 21 to 24-year-old players that are hitting big right now, and it's because in their draft year they were underreported because there weren't games being played.
Yeah.
And so they were kind of forced to, stay in juniors, forced to stay in college, and kind of just keep working at it and
Yeah.
get to the point where like, oh, okay, well, you're undrafted, but we'll take a risk and we'll give you a contract and see what happens.
Yeah.
And even his first contract was an AHL only contract. So I was just excited from a Henderson point of view. I was like, oh man, he's young, he's skilled, and I was like reading up on his profile. I'm like, oh, this is going to make Henderson so much better. But the more we went to games, the more we saw him play, the more I was like, you know how in Florida they call, what's his name? Anton Lundell, Baby Barkov.
Mm-hmm.
To me, this is Baby Stone.
Yeah.
He's just like a young version of Stone.
just the IQ as a 22-year-old, just knowing where your teammates are, the play instincts.
the
like,
instincts, the stick. He's strong on the walls.
Yeah.
He's a great passer.
He's a big boy, too.
he's
Yeah.
yeah.
He
you
looks
don't
big on
realize
the
how
ice.
big he is he's only 22.
It's trippy
That's
because
wild.
his face looks so young. I'm like,
Yeah.
you look like my partner for my science project in high school.
Yeah.
But you're secretly a pro hockey
It
player.
reminds me of Dorofeev. Like, he's a
Oh.
big kid, but he has, like, the babiest of baby faces
Yeah.
on the bench.
I feel like if I saw Dorofeev like at the bar, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's 21 plus.
Yeah.
You know?
Can I see your ID, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Bowman's been like, I mean, obviously I would assume they probably send him down before they, waive somebody like a Smith or Sod or trade him just because you have the ability to, right? I mean, I'm just,
Yeah.
as
I know,
a
I'm seeing it.
perspective of like GM, but like, he's been like a revelation in the lineup of like, oh, wait, all Jack Eichel needed was somebody that was Mark Stone, but 10 years younger.
Yeah.
All Jack Eichel needed was Mark Stone, but in a different body.
I think the key will really be how he plays with Carlson, because I don't think they'll keep him with.
Oh,
Eichel.
he'll go
Yeah.
back down, right? Yeah.
But
But
Carlson kind of has a lot of the same attributes as Eichel, just to a little bit lower degree.
Yeah, I think so. He's going to be in the lineup until they don't feel like he can be anymore. Like until he starts making mistakes and showing play of a young player, then they'll bring him out. But
That's Cassie's whole thing. He says it all the time. He's like, the things that you look for when you call a player up, it's not just like, oh, they scored 3 goals in their first 5 games. It's like, yeah, that's a big thing. He's like,
it's all the intangibles.
yeah, but the true test of, a young player making the NHL is, can you keep up day in and day? It's such a grueling schedule.
And he's looked like it so far,
physically
yeah.
so hard. It's like, and they use that phrase all the time. Can you be a pro? Be a pro.
Yep.
What does that mean? That means like dedicating your life to it in a way where you're taking care of your body, you're practicing, you're going out there,
Yeah.
you're doing what you have to do. Like, great example. They told this. Darren Millard told the story on the radio show the other day. It was after the Sens game, or maybe one before that. Maybe it was somewhere on the road. I don't know, but the losing was really stacking up, and he had that awful turnover. I forget against whom, but they had an optional skate, and usually an optional skate, like maybe the backup goalie will go, and then like a couple guys that don't play a lot, the scratches, just trying to get ice time and touches. Nah, the optional skate won. Both goalies went, which was a good sign for the goalies that they have that mindset. And Jack Eichel was out there, optional skate, and not only was he out there for the optional skate, but when it was over, he went over to the sidelines by himself and dragged out like a dummy, and then just practiced like stick handling around him for an extra 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shit that it takes to be in the league. And shout out to Jack for setting that example. But as far as Braden Bowman, like, we'll see if he has what it takes to keep his body going and to have that dedication, like, not just for a week, not for 2 weeks, but for months. You know, that's the true test if you can be in the NHL.
Yeah, I agree.
For the record, I think he can.
I think so too.
I think so.
I was gonna say something, I forgot. Because that was a good point. Like, just the wherewithal and the ability. Oh, you know what I was gonna. Good thing you set that up. But guys, I thought Bruce Cassidy didn't like playing kids.
He hates the kids.
I thought he hates prospects.
I hate that he hates kids.
He hates playing young guys. Who was on the ice last night again? Who got scratched last night?
Yeah.
It was Reinhardt and Holtz and Bowman, right?
The veterans that were got scratched, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Some cup
What's the name of that
winners?
kid from Boston?
Morgan Geeky.
No, that's the good one.
Fabian Lysell.
No, well, he's not in Boston now, but he was in Boston when Cassidy was there, and Cassidy scratched him for like being lazy.
Oh, he plays in
Vancouver.
He's the guy that had the stalker.
Oh shit, I don't know about that.
What's his name? I know who you're talking about. It's
This is gonna drive me
I
fucking
see-
crazy.
I see his face,
but the
too.
point being, we can't think of his name because he hasn't done anything in the league.
and
And it turns out that maybe Cassidy scratched him because he wasn't very good,
what's his name?
not because he hates young skill players.
You're killing me, Jacob. I know who it is.
Oh, how do you think I feel? I can't think of it either. I'm about to pull up the Vancouver roster.
He's a center. Oh my god.
Damn, they're 30th place. Took me a while to scroll that low. And then the link wasn't selectable because the NHL app is garbage.
Maybe go to.
I'm just gonna Google it.
Hold on.
Sorry, folks.
Sorry.
Don't worry, we'll cut this.
Cut that.
It's Jake DeBrusk.
Jake DeBrusk.
Yeah, he had a stalker in Boston and she followed him to Vancouver. Like actual,
damn.
like really bad. Like she would show up at his like apartment and like
that sounds like stalker behavior.
She's
Yeah,
she was
psycho.
like I was reading. I'm like, this woman needs to be in a fucking asylum. Like the guy got like I think DeBrusk got engaged or something, and she was like sending like just posting on Twitter like, I lost the love of my life. I'm like, oh my god, this woman's gonna kill him and then herself.
Well, he doesn't deserve that. But
No.
point being,
Point being
poor
is
guy.
that the whole concept of Bruce not playing young guys is just a kind of maybe built on Boston having dog shit young guys, right?
Yeah.
Like, wow, Bruce, you should play Jake DeBrusk and Fabian Lysell. That's a great idea. Turns out they're both failed prospects. When you have good scouted prospects, you might have something.
Yeah, give him a shot. But I think it's not realistic to think that a coach also can't evolve as a.
That's the thing too, and that's kind of been my thing with Bruce is like, I think he has evolved. Like,
I think so.
And just
Yeah.
and I'm a fucking weirdo. I watch like every single piece of media that I can, mainly because I'm just sitting in my office depressed and bored and like need something to keep me busy
you
for
through the day.
5 minutes at a time. But he can be a hard ass, but like there have frankly been times where like I hear what he says and I'm just like,
That's not unreasonable. Like,
it's almost like, bro, I'm like, if anything, you're being too nice. Like,
Yeah,
you
no,
need to crack
yeah,
the whip on these
yeah.
guys.
I think
Like,
so. Like, I think we've had like in the head coaches we've had, they've all been fairly hard asses in the media, right? Like,
Well,
no
and
one's
that-
been
that's
like
the
a
thing.
soft guy. Like, sometimes, like you said, sometimes you need to like actually like bear down on these dudes and be like, what the fuck is wrong?
That's part
like,
of being in a competitive
yeah.
environment.
Like,
you
what the
know?
fuck is
Yeah.
wrong with you? You're
It's a
some
room-
of the
it's
best
a-
players in the world. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
You deserve to get punished for not performing.
It's a room full of like alpha meatheads in their physical prime. Like, you got to speak their language at times.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Which I think that's the one thing you can fix, but like, you know, I think getting Stone back obviously helps the room mentality, right? Carlson coming back will help. But I mean, it could be a lot worse. You could be, what's his name in Nashville? He's the GM now.
Barry Trotz.
Barry Trotz. Have you seen all that shit? All of those quotes like,
Yeah.
I don't think the room is toxic. I'm like, I talked to Roman Yossi. I'm like, Roman Yossi's not going to tell you that the room is toxic. Give me a fucking break. Like, he's not going to go, oh yeah, Barry, like, I hate you and I hate this fucking team. Like,
Well, I will say, I don't think the room's toxic either because, like, when you watch them play, they try. They're just
I just think
they're just not good enough.
I just think they did what.
Oh, speaking of Nashville, what did I? It was like Google fucking articles that I get hockey shit that pops up. One of them was that they may be looking to trade Stamkos and Marchessault out.
Nothing against Marshy because I love him and he brought us a cup and he won a Conn Smythe. Who would have thought giving two guys over 33 and 35 that much money for that long was a bad idea? I thought it was a bad idea.
Kelly McCrimmon thought it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
And now we're over there like, oh yeah, it was a bad idea. Yeah, given Steven Stamkos, who's played all of 2 seasons of hockey in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, and even like we were talking about Riley Smith, it's like, yeah, Father Time comes for us all. He's 34, but like, at least that was $2 million instead of $5 million. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but
that's a whole. That's
the
a whole
Stammer,
another
the
player's worth of
Stammer
money.
contract's 5 by 8, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
8 years
That's
for $5
crazy.
million. You can't get out of that.
no, the opposite. It's $8 million for 4 years.
Oh,
so at least it's not super long term.
But it's still a lot of money.
Still a lot of money.
You're. So let's look at it this way, and I mean we're talking. We'll jump all over a little bit, but let's talk about the teams. Mike Matheson just got $6 million. Mike Matheson just got $6 million.
Let me say that again.
He is a
6 is the new 3.
he is
baby.
a middle
Jeez.
pairing to bottom pairing defensive defenseman at this point in his career, and Jackson Lacombe got really paid. You're paying all these stars. GMs are going to be really smart about not paying dumb money anymore.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Barry Trotz was dumb with his money and locked himself into bad contracts for the entire time of the cap going up, and he's got no prospects. And Nashville's going to be bad for they bet big and it didn't turn out. It happens.
They're going to be bad until they get through their rebuild, which is coming soon.
Well, they hasn't even started yet.
I know it has but they're going to have to go through that.
But here's the
first,
other
right?
thing: they have Soros signed for 8 years, and yeah, he's decent. He's good. He's obviously a great goaltender. But you've got a veteran goaltender signed for 8 years. You traded away your glowing goaltending prospect for next to nothing, just for Edstrom, right? And which again, I think he'll be good, but you've got nothing in the pipeline. You got no defensemen. All your young guys play for you right now.
I will say what they have going for them is they've really managed their draft picks. They because all those guys that they added in free agency. They weren't like trading.
Yeah.
No.
So they still have multiple first round picks.
But
they're primed for a rebuild. I don't think it's going to be quite how bad like Chicago's was, where it took them like 10 years.
no, I don't think so. But
And if you trade Saros, like
Soros will give you.
You can get multiple firsts.
Here's
like,
my nightmare.
The goaltending market is so.
Here's my
bad.
absolute nightmare scenario. I know. I think mathematically, Edmonton. I know mathematically, I don't think it can happen because they have so much cap, and they don't have any space at all. I don't think they can even make it ever work. But that's my nightmare scenarios. UC Soros in Edmonton. Oh yeah, it's a nightmare situation to me. I'm like, yeah, it could happen, or like him ending up like I don't think of the Pacific. I don't think anybody that's a contender would need him, right? Because LA's got Kemper, Anaheim's got Dostal, who conveniently now is out for 2 to 3 weeks. Fantastic for my fantasy hockey team.
Damn it. Yeah, Adam Fox just went on week to week for me.
He might go on LTIR. Yeah.
Damn.
Might have
You
to
wanna
open up.
My only concern with that is like, please be ready for the Olympics.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And we'll have to, as we get closer to the Olympics. I know you have to go soon to go pick up your wife, but as we get closer to the Olympics, we definitely should have an Olympic episode.
I agree.
But have you seen the jersey reveals?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got like the old school USA ones.
I like them. People are like, "Oh wow, it's
baby blues.
Yeah, it's USA
Yeah.
across the top." I'm like, I love these jerseys. I love they're simple.
Yeah.
I love the colors. I love the simplicity of it all.
Yeah.
It's just a nice light blue jersey, USA across it. That's all you need. The crest.
I
over
like
here.
Team Canada's too. I saw
Team
a lot of
Canada's
people-
pretty
A lot of
cool.
people are like, "Why is there so much black?" And I'm like,
I
Dude,
like.
it
Team,
looks-
I'm like, I don't know.
It looks
It's-
sick.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
Teams can.
I feel like I'm very. I don't know. When it comes to jerseys, I feel like I don't want to say I'm like forgiving, but like people get too weird about jerseys. Like there's a lot of jerseys that people give shit to where I'm like, well, I kind of like them. I think they're fine.
I liked Canada's. Finland's is nice. They didn't do anything with it, but it's a little different. Looks nice. With Sweden, what's broke, don't fix it. Sweden looks good as always.
3 crowns.
Yep,
Can't
perfect. And then Team Czechia is very simple. I would like to see what like the Swiss and Denmark do, because they've got a little bit to work with. But we'll have to, obviously when we get there in February. It's a while away.
I do think the end of December they will release their rosters.
So we're almost there.
Yeah.
We'll have to probably record that when I come back. I'm going to be in Mexico after Christmas.
Oh, all right.
My job is paying for the team to go to Mexico for free.
Oh.
I don't have to pay for anything.
Well, my job sent me an email informing me that my missed healthcare deductions during furlough would be taken out of my future paycheck. So enjoy. Enjoy.
Jesus. You know about the healthcare you didn't use while we were out?
Basically, what I'm saying is I know the shutdown's over, but like financially, I'm basically still in shutdown for another 4 weeks.
I know. That's horseshit. But
Well, when
regardless,
you're in Mexico, make sure you don't get any darker. You might not come back.
yeah, I know. I was telling my wife.
You might,
she's like, you got to get a haircut, or if you grow your hair long, they might make you stay. They might like say you can't. Nope, can't get on the plane, sir. Like you're not from. This is a fake ID.
Yeah,
like that's not your name.
if you get any darker, they're coming for you, man.
I know they're gonna be going through
Kick in
customs.
the door.
They're gonna go through customs. Victoria's gonna go through, and they're gonna look at mine like, no, get in the jail.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Jorge.
right. Jesus, yeah, I know. I've been walking the dog more. I'm just like, you need to stop.
You got to cover up. Dude. You got to wear gloves outside. And
They're gonna pull out that color palette and look at you. I'm like, oh, he's a shade too
Yeah,
dark.
color
exactly.
chart.
Get him.
How
Yeah,
illegal are you?
Yeah, my sister and my brother-in-law and their girls are in England right now, and going through it was just fine. I'm like, well, yeah, you guys are fucking white as shit. Like, I'm afraid for me.
Well, no, because your nieces have the Clinton dark
Yeah,
hair.
a little bit. Yeah.
They have that indigenous slash Mexican hair.
I know the
What? Look at his fucking hair.
the wavy.
White people don't get black hair like that.
No. My people.
Our people don't have hair that dark and with that texture.
You're part Hispanic, Jacob. Shut up.
Well, I've been diluted enough to escape the color palette, the color palette system.
I know. Jesus, how we got off of that, but man, I would love to go to Italy for the Olympics. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh,
That'd be so sick.
But talking about the Olympics, but yeah, I mean, I know we talked about some players, but
another
teams.
player I want to mention that was a surprise. So we knew Matthew Schaefer would be good, being the
Holy
first overall
shit.
pick. He looks like the fucking next Cale Makar.
and he's
like-
bigger. He's already huge.
Yeah.
He's like what 6'2"
Like
already.
his analytics are like
Off the chart.
this kid is so fucking good.
This is when they talked about the draft. He wasn't hyped up nearly as much. Obviously, not nearly as much as Bedard and Celebrini and even Shane Wright and the guys that went that year.
Well, even coming down to the wire, people are like, well, maybe Higgins should still be the first overall.
Yeah,
pick.
he
I don't
wasn't-
think Higgins is even in the league yet.
No, I think
Schaefer is
he's-
not only in the league, but he's like
I think
a
he's
presence.
he's got to be the Calder favorite right now, right?
Oh, easy.
I think he leads the league in rookie scoring, and I know like Emmett Finney was up there, but then obviously came back down for another run. Maybe Bowman's gotten close because he's been playing with Jack Eichel, so that's a benefit. But yeah, I agree with you. I knew he was going to be good eventually, but he's 18. And don't you love like how like
And a defenseman, like that's
that's a hard
position. That's the harder position.
and
to play.
he's running their power play, and he's playing good defense on top of good offense. And then don't you love how like the Martins like have adopted him as like their teenage adopted son, like and then, like their daughter, like I think they're like their youngest daughter, or like their next youngest daughter is like, he's my best friend now. Like, he takes me everywhere with him. But no, it sucked because he played really fucking well against us when the Islanders. He was beating the shit out of us himself. But no, just coming in as a defenseman and just like you said, just looks head and shoulders above everybody else.
And this kind of loops back to the Olympics, but so much for the rise of Team USA, because now Canada's going to be adding fucking Celebrini, Bedard, and
Schaefer.
Schaefer in the next few cycles.
I think they should play now.
They probably could.
They should.
Well, let's talk about the Olympics real quick. Team Canada. If Team Canada does not take Gary Lawless, it was hilarious last night. I don't know if you you weren't watching. I don't know if you had the audio on.
Watch it.
I was there in IRL.
It was one of the intermissions. I think it was the first one. They were talking about Celebrini and Bedard, and they were talking about the Olympics. And they're like, "Oh yeah, they weren't on the roster." And what do you think, Gary? He's like, "Frankly, I think that's they've played themselves in. It'd be stupid for not." He was just like on a rant of like, not if you don't have these guys on your roster, you're retarded. No, Celebrini, Bedard, and Schaefer kind of have to be, right. Like Evan Bouchard, I think, has played himself out of a spot if he had it on Team Canada.
I don't think he ever had one, and I think he's
honestly,
played
I'm okay with him being there.
Actually, I take it back. Don't bring Schaefer, okay? Bring Bouchard.
Evan
Bouchard's
Bouchard.
been to 2 cup finals.
Yeah,
okay? If you take these 6 or 7 games and isolate them from his entire career, he's actually elite.
Do you need Sam Bennett on Team Canada in the Olympics? No.
As a 4th-line center, maybe.
Maybe, but would you rather sacrifice? Guess you can't get away with what Sam Bennett does in the NHL with what you do in the IIHF. That's not going to fly. You're going to want Celebrini, Bedard. You're going to want the speed, right? And I think they play themselves in. And then like you said with Team USA, well, great, we just got shoved into the fucking hole because what do we have? James Higgins, he hasn't played.
Well, here's the thing: we definitely did not bring our best team to 4 Nations. No. I cannot. In retrospect, I cannot believe. We're gonna bring Brock Nelson and Chris Kreider and Vinny Trocheck, and we'll just leave Tage Thompson and Clayton Keller and Jason Robertson at home.
No, the 3 of those guys should be. Yeah, Logan Cooley should be on that team.
Is Cooley American?
He is.
Or
he played
for an American team.
No, he played for Team USA in the World. So it was Cooley, Schmaltz, and somebody else, and they won players of the tournament. Nick Schmaltz, another guy who's been decent, good.
Bring Logan Cooley.
Yeah, Logan Cooley, but I think he may have just torn his ACL.
Oh.
He couldn't
have done that before he got 4 fucking goals against
him. Knee on knee against
but with enough time to come back for Team USA.
A St. Louis player kneed him in the side of the knee.
Oh god.
And he was not putting any weight on it, so he might be done, unfortunately. Damn. But yeah, I mean Logan Cooley, Tage Thompson, who's been good. And then I mean, I hope Fox and McAvoy are healthy, right? And
Fox not looking good.
Yeah, and then Jack Hughes, I hope is just someone else cuts his food for him, and he doesn't.
Tate McRae will cut his food for him.
He's not allowed. I think I told you I saw that joke where they're like, oh, Jack Hughes out at dinner with Tate McRae, and
they were talking about being like a psyop or something.
No, it was that, but then
he's gonna break up with him right before that.
No, then a New Jersey fan's like, no, that's just the team appointed assistant to cut all of his food for him and feed it to him, so he doesn't touch anything sharp.
Why was Jack Hughes just sitting at dinner with a knife going, I have all my fingers. The knife goes chop, chop,
well,
chop.
I think it said he grabbed glass or something. And but how do you,
I'm almost guessing maybe he
grabs glass like this?
I'm almost guessing maybe he tripped backwards and put his hand on the table and
it shattered or caught his weight or something. But whatever.
Yeah. I'm sure in a year or 2 he'll tell the story on Chicklets or something.
Yeah.
And we'll finally know.
But with Team USA, they might have a problem that the Golden Knights have, is that they're a little older and too slow, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know this turned into an Olympics bit, but obviously we haven't been talking for 2 weeks. I don't think I've seen you in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But you can't bring Vinny Trocheck with you. You can't bring Chris. You have to bring something to combat him. And it's Clayton Keller and Tage Thompson and maybe Alex Tuck even.
Honestly, I would take that because
I'd put Tuck on the end.
He's fast as shit. He can score goals and he kills penalties.
Yeah, and obviously you got Jack and Austin and Kyle Connor, Jake Gensel. You got all the stars, but you got to bring Robo and. You hope to God Adam Fox and Charlie McAvoy are ready, because what do you have really after that? I mean, you have Noah Hannafin, which is good.
We will have Quinn Hughes this time.
Yeah, Quinn Hughes, You have Quinn.
That's right.
You have Quinn Hughes.
He was hurt last year.
Canadians keep forgetting that we played that tournament without our number one defenseman.
We played pretty damn well.
Yeah.
You will have all signs are pointing to Charlie McAvoy being back on the ice. I have him also conveniently have him on my fantasy hockey team. All signs points to him coming back before Christmas. He's skating with his after. I don't know. Did you see the clip?
Yeah, he had like
the puck went straight to his teeth, and then the picture of him just swollen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
looked like he had a baseball in his mouth.
Yeah, Jesus. And then, well, we didn't talk about it. Zach Whitecloud took a puck. You said,
oh yeah, that's why he's wearing the fishbowl.
I wasn't
right
watching it, but you guys said it took him straight to the face, and he was just pouring blood out of his mouth.
He was leaking.
Boy, it was leaking.
Yeah, Victoria's like, why he's got a full fishbowl? I'm like, well, it's bad. He's probably missing a few teeth.
Let me tell you.
Yeah. But is there anything you guys want, like any other surprises? I mean, honestly, I'm surprised how bad Toronto is.
Yeah,
I didn't think they were going to melt
They've
down,
kind of turned it around since Matthews came back.
Of course. Like,
yeah. How do you not?
That being said, I still don't
They've
think...
turned it around since they scratched Max Domi.
Oh, shit.
Max Domi got scratched when Matthews came back, and Domi was horrific. It's been awful.
Yeah, I think... I still don't think they're very good, but I don't think they're as bad as they've been. Mm-hmm. I think they'll hang out in that. Maybe they'll make the playoffs as a wild card.
Well, I think the problem is obviously you're missing Mitch Marner, who's a 90 to 100 point guy, and then your goaltending's not nearly as good as it was last year. Because Stolarz was incredible last year, but he's also getting beat up because his defense doesn't know how to protect him in front of him. So I think they'll be fine.
I think Chris Tanev's brains have turned into goo.
a light touch on the back, and then you fall backwards, and your brain's all of a sudden.
The Jello's been
when
disturbed.
it was they initially called it a 5-minute major, I think, against Michkov, and then you can't reduce it down to less than a 4-minute double minor, and it's just like
it reduces to a 2-minute.
Okay, but it wasn't even a penalty. It was just. They just collided.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, there goes your defenseman that you wanted for so long. But are there any teams you think that are overplaying their position right now?
Anaheim.
Damn, you said that hella fast. No, let's talk about that.
I enjoy. They're fun to watch.
They are,
but it's a long season, man.
You're losing. Yeah, like say it again. Lucas Dahlstall is out for 2 to 3 weeks. He's been really, really fucking. He's been good since he's been in the league.
Yeah.
Can your defense, which I think their benefit is their offense is so fast.
Yeah, and I think they're having the Edmonton effect where they're just scoring a lot.
Yeah.
Without maybe blocking a lot.
Can your defense keep up?
Yeah.
But now without Dahlstall.
So one, I will say I've been telling this to myself every time we lose to them. Like I just I crouch under the table and I huddle up and I'm like, this fucking young, they don't know they don't know what it takes to have longevity. But
these kids don't know what to do.
Exactly. But I will say I kind of had that thought every time we play them. I'm like, okay, so they play with a lot of pace and they have a lot of skill. Mm-hmm. Those are good things. That's what it takes to win. But then, they would go like on an 8-game winning streak, then they go on a 4-game losing streak, and then seem very hot and cold. And I think those stalls probably kept them in it at points. I kind of agree. I can see them hitting a cold stretch like January. To me, January and February are the hard months of the season.
Yeah.
Like, that's when people kind of stop being excited for hockey and like, it's been hockey season for like 4 months. Well, fuck it.
The wear and tear starts to catch up.
Exactly. Guys get injured.
Tired. Maybe you didn't have that, first month or two pace.
Mm-hmm. And then
in you. So
a young team, they're hitting that wall where it's like, can we do this day in and day out? And can we play this style day in and day out?
Mm-hmm. And then let's say they make playoffs. That's a whole different animal.
Right? It really is.
And
it's a cliche for a reason.
Yeah.
It's a different game.
Are they built to move through the playoffs?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think they're heavy enough, Like, I think Truba really helps that, but
there's pieces, right? Like if Carlson goes out, Anaheim's nothing.
Is Mason McTavish a first line center?
No.
I was like, let me answer that for you. No.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. I mean, it's scary how good they've been.
I think they're capitalizing on the fact that they have they're having a hot streak and a start.
Yeah,
which is good.
Don't get me wrong. I hate them. But
I
as
was
a
born
rivalry,
there, and I hate 'em.
as a rivalry, I hate them. But I like their players. They're young, they're fun. I like their rebrand. Their rebrand's been probably the best rebrand. Period.
Yeah.
The new colors, the new jerseys,
I like the orange, dude.
Yeah,
I like that orange out of the ice. It looks good.
Yeah,
those duck masks, like when Gino got his, I was like, fuck.
That's
That's
awesome.
so-
Yeah. The in arena changes, like they've done it right, through there. But I agree. I mean, I think they could sneak. I mean, as far as we know, they could be first from end to end, right? But I do think it's going to hit them after the Olympics. But they might slow down. I think they could squeak in as like a fourth, as a wild card, or even three if somebody falls off, or if Edmonton doesn't pick it back up and figure it out.
I said, or imagine they finish first, but Edmonton's the wild card.
Yeah, and they would play Edmonton. That's how.
Like, hey, do you want to play this battle-hardened team that's been in the playoffs for like 8 years and
that's
went to 2 cup
Yeah,
finals?
they're just
brutal
gonna run
matchup
them
for
over.
them. Yeah. So that's a shot. I think for me, it's Boston.
Agreed.
Boston is second in the
Yeah.
second in the Atlantic. They are 15-12, 30 points. So they're only second to Tampa Bay, but yeah, my fucking bad for dropping Geeky and think because he had a horrible start to the season.
Oh, he has rescued my fantasy
incredible
season.
for you.
He has rescued my fantasy season.
He was horrific for the first month. Like, he just wasn't scoring. They were winning, but he wasn't scoring at all. I'm like, I can't keep him. And then as soon as Jacob picks him up, just immediately
He lights it up.
But
save my season, bro. Thank you.
yeah, it's but I think it's going to hit them quickly. I think they're being saved that Jeremy Swayman actually had time in the offseason to practice with his team. And Pasta's got a new scorer he can pass to.
Pasta's just pasta.
Pasta's just legitimately like one of the best players in the league. I do think it's going to hit their their non-top 3, but like that 9 is just gonna hit. Like,
I still maintain they have one of the worst forward cores in the league.
It's just based off of that we're playing hard, we're all connecting and playing well. It's gonna hit them pretty hard, pretty fast. Maybe not fast, but it'll all hit them. I think they'll drop out of a playoff position pretty quickly once like everybody kind of gets rolling.
Yeah.
But again, it's the Atlantic, and Florida doesn't have Barkov and Kachuk, right? Ottawa's been a little bit better. They're getting fucking dominated by Dallas right now.
Holy shit.
I need Rantanen to score another goal so I can beat Mike. I think I'm 3 behind him.
Detroit's been okay, been a little bit better. It's all tight, though. Like, Boston's got 30, and then Toronto's got 25.
Yeah.
Buffalo's got 24. I would only call
3-game winning streak changes everything.
Yeah, Toronto's up there. I would only call Buffalo the only one that's you're not going to care about, right?
Yeah.
And then the Devils have 33. Like, the Metro's top 3. Here's one I'm extremely surprised by. Philly.
Oh, okay. I was going to give mine, but I was going to say, speaking of the Metro, I don't know where they're at right now, but as far as starts that I don't think are real, Pittsburgh.
They're coming back. They are in 5th in the Metro now, but only a point behind Washington. So I think they're starting to come back down. I think
maybe no longer a hot take, but when they were really on fire, I was like, guys, we all know this isn't going to last.
Well, I think it's finally hit ahead because I think I saw it where Shilov's got pulled after giving up like 4 goals in like 9 minutes.
Yeah, because I had him rostered.
Yeah.
During that.
Yeah, he got pulled, and then Jari hasn't been good, and they started like some random AHL call up because they needed it. I think I agree with Jacob that Pittsburgh is just kind of like swan song right now.
Yeah,
like they're playing it because Sid's still there. I'm like, well, Malkin's gonna come back down to earth, which he has. Letang's gonna come back down to earth, which he has. Sid's the only viable person on that team right now, and it sucks for him, but it was bound to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure he'll probably want to elaborate on Pittsburgh, but Philly's been like, turns out all you needed was Trevor Zegras, and all Trevor Zegras needed was not being in it.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, a change of pace.
I wonder though, if you put Zegras back on this Anaheim team,
I think it was Greg Cronin, the head coach. I think he's notoriously bad. It's the opposite of what it is for Bruce, where the idea was, oh, he's awful for young kids. He wasn't. Whereas Greg Cronin was awful for youth. Like,
yeah,
most of those guys in Anaheim stalled out because of Greg Cronin. Like a Zegras, well, he's in Philly right now. What's his name? The defenseman, Jamie Drysdale. He got traded because of Greg Cronin, and Troy Terry took it so long to get up to speed, and all of a sudden, without Greg Cronin, looks certainly a lot better, right?
Yeah.
Like Leo Carlson's. I mean, again, Joe Quenneville was a piece of shit. Another piece of shit that hid, sexual assault in the Blackhawks organization for years. But he's made these kids work, and then I think he would have probably been good with a different head coach. But I also think there's plenty of young guys that do need to change the scenery to trigger that. And he's a prime example. He looks good. He looks great. He's apparently in the shootout, he's like 4 for 4 that he's been in.
Yeah.
So
damn,
he's been winning games for them.
Yeah.
And then like Drysdale's been good. I just think with Philly is another thing. Like Pittsburgh is like they're riding high because everybody's young and having fun, but you can only be young and have fun for so long.
Yeah.
Until
it's a long season.
Until the reality
long
of
season, baby.
The reality of
It's a long season, Gio.
Yeah, the reality of the Devils, Carolina.
Quack, quack, motherfucker, we cover for you.
And again, we're only 1 point behind Anaheim and LA right now. And yeah, we got a lot of loser points, but so does LA. They have got one less than us.
So, like,
we have 10 regulation wins. That's good for the most in the Pacific.
Not bad.
I don't want to say that shocks me, but that kind of shocks me.
Yeah, we have 10. Obviously, Colorado's got 17. Jesus Christ. Dallas has got 13. Winnipeg's got 11. Washington's got 13. That's pretty impressive. But yeah, we have the most regulation wins in the Pacific.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Which is so wild to think because
all these fucking overtime losses keeping us in the fight.
Yeah.
We're going pretty long, but it's basically a double episode because we didn't play. Jesus, we didn't talk last week.
Yeah.
We talked about issues and we kind of like glossed over kind of the issues in your guys, both of your minds. Maybe I'll start with Tyler since we're a guest in his home today. What do you think are the principal issues with the team as it stands going into December?
I think getting over forgetting about November. I think that's the most important. Mm-hmm. And these guys are vets. They can do that. That's the past. That's the past. But build on the positives. The analytics. Like reassure that guys, you guys are doing the right things.
You're a good team.
It's just not clicking.
Just gotta take that little extra step.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just eyes up. Be more purposeful with your plays. We talked about this earlier with Jack being, at least what I've seen or noticed, is him being a little bit more lax.
He's been a little careless in some of the
in some
It's led to a lot of giveaways.
A lot of pieces of his game I feel like has been a little dull.
Yes.
He's not been as sharp as he's been in the past. And I don't know if that's because he's more comfortable maybe having Marner pick up some of that slack or not. But that shit's got to stop. Mm-hmm. The blind passes into the center, the poor puck management. You can't have it roll off your stick.
No look area drop passes.
Yeah, you can't. You can't like project pass, right? Like I'm going to pass it here because I'm pretty sure someone's going to be there.
Yeah,
and then it ends up in a turnover in the neutral zone or whatever happens.
I know what you mean. I want to see more tape to tape where you hear that that pop, you know, where the puck hits the stick.
Yeah, you want to see smarter, something that Jacob brought up without Petrangelo, smarter, shorter passes.
Yeah. We don't need those stretch passes on a transition that have like a 5% completion rate.
Yeah.
You know, like,
and likewise, if you're in prime shooting position, don't do a quick little pass to your line mate because
shoot it.
Just shoot it.
Take it.
Create a rebound.
That
Even if you
first
don't
that
score,
first game
create a
against
rebound.
Utah, where was it Utah? No, it wasn't Utah. It was I don't know. It might have been Utah that first game where it was just like an empty net. We like just sort of passing it. We just didn't shoot it at it for like a minute, and we had like zone time for like 30 seconds. It's just like I'm just sitting there on the couch melting down. Like, please, just finish the fucking game.
Yeah, so I think moving into December, forgetting about November, granted, the loser points are carrying us through the standings, which great teams find a way to win, right? And if you think about making playoffs as a win, this team is doing what they need to do. But it can be better. It could be more concise, more purposeful, instead of like giving up 3 goals in the second to San Jose after
regulation win.
Right.
it is. No, I'm okay. It was a regulation win, but it could have been
should
a
have been
better
4-1. Yeah,
regulation win.
we should have given up some of that, right? Yeah.
But be more purposeful.
I agree 100%. To me, I would say principal problem has been cohesion. Like I said, there's a lot of promising signs, but it kind of feels like, you know, some nights one element is out of whack. And if we could just get all those elements on the same page together, it would be pretty damn good. Whether it's goaltending or scoring or central neutral zone play.
Wall battles.
That's a big one. I think the pieces are all there. I think the key is going to be cohesion and just finding that extra gear that it takes to win. And I do genuinely believe Mark Stone being back will help that.
Yes.
As December goes on. And yeah, just be smart, play well together, and just find that little extra gear. Shoot it. Shoot the fucking puck.
It sounds, you know, so baseline fanish, right? Shoot the puck.
I know, but like I think this
but
is
like they really do need to shoot the
I really
puck.
think it's warranted in this.
Yeah.
It's warranted.
Yeah. What was that stat? It was the shooting percentage since October 30th or something like that, where it was like the third worst in the league. And I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're not shooting enough.
Not shooting enough and not getting lucky, but
not picking
to me,
your chances. Yeah.
Stats like that, they always come back to the middle.
Yeah.
So if anything, we're due to start scoring again, like statistically.
Which I hope. I mean, Chicago's gonna be hard because Spencer Knight's been really fucking good. Spencer Knight might play himself into a American goaltending position.
I was going to say that for the Olympic episode, but yeah.
It's kind of a fun thing to have, right? Hellebuck, Ottinger, Knight, Swayman.
Gee.
That's one thing we have that they don't.
But yeah, you have, like, we talked about it with, you know, talking about Hart, where this league's scoring has gone up so much. You have to score. You're not going to get a shutout or a 1-goal game in 9 in and 9 out. The league
I think our only one was against Detroit. Was it a 1-0 win?
Yeah. I think we only have maybe 1 or 2 1-goal games. But yeah, you have to. It's a high-scoring league. It's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
To quote Craig Berube when he was screaming at his team during practice, do it fast and do it right.
Yeah. I think, like you said, I think all the pieces are there. I think it's just putting it back together with the pieces that we have. And I think I know we're overcritical because we got 30 points. We're second in the, third in the Pacific, 1 point off the Pacific, and not far off. But we know this team can be better.
It's not overcritical. We're just smart enough to know that like overtime points aren't an indicator.
Yeah,
of
aren't.
being a good
Yeah,
team.
exactly. Yeah.
You don't get OT points in
But
playoff.
it's also the way we've lost overtime. is disheartening, right? But yeah, like you said, you don't get overtime points. But fortunately for us, 5-on-5, it's
we're pretty
5-on-5.
strong.
We're very strong.
We may be not good at 3-on-3 or in the shootout. I don't care.
Yeah,
That's
Shea Theodore and Braden McNabb have been
I was trying
the
to
best pair in 5-on-5 play and is defenseman in the league.
Yeah.
You could see that every night. They're just good.
wasn't Lauzon and Korzak up on that?
They're a top
Yeah,
15.
they're in the top 15.
I know
Yeah.
you kind of didn't like Lauzon. He's been.
I miss him now.
He's been missing.
I
In the
miss
lineup.
him now.
It's only because Hutton's been like, I don't want to say dog shit, but like defensively, he's had some lapses.
Offensively,
Yeah.
he's been really good. Defensively, he's been pretty bad.
Yeah, I just want Lauzon to take less penalty minutes.
Agreed.
That's
no,
all.
I agree because that's a huge thing
that's
too.
his big thing. Yeah.
But you know what they don't call in the playoffs?
Penalties.
The penalties that Lauzon's been taking have been
Yeah.
very ticky-tacky.
Yeah.
Before we stop, because I know we all have to wrap up, the discrepancy in penalties game to game,
I had this
For us and against
conversation
us.
last
Yeah.
night with somebody.
it's been
At the bar.
horrendous.
I'm like, where?
Barbie, just
is the
last night,
consistency?
Barbie got cross-checked, high-sticked, and then elbowed all in one play, in one motion. And with a ref looking at it, wasn't called. Mitch Marner got tripped multiple
That game
times.
against Tampa, where Kucherov had like a fucking meltdown and he was elbowing
Yeah.
and cross-checking and nothing.
Yep.
Like,
What?
oh my god.
No, I agree, and
It's been pretty bad across. I've been watching it. I feel like it's been pretty bad for home teams across the league. For the Sharks, it's been really bad. Because did you see that stat? You didn't hear it, but they had to kill 8 penalties the night before against
shit.
Vancouver. They killed all
wow.
of them, but they had 8 penalties. 8, and I'm sure not all 8 of them were actually like real.
Yeah.
well, Cassidy kind of spoke to that where I forgot what game and I forgot who it was, but we kind of took a lot of penalties, and someone asked him about it, and he was like, it's one of our younger players, and he was like, frankly, he's like, I just think the refs, if it's a young player, they don't give you the benefit of the doubt.
Fortunately.
If it's a 50-50 call, they'll err towards the veteran. And that would check out for San Jose. They're a young team,
Yeah.
so maybe that's just the case of the refs being like, oh, you young kid, you meant to trip him. I can tell, you little fucker.
Meanwhile, fucking like a veteran just hacks at Mitch Marner's ankles, and they
Oh, that's just part of his game. Old school hockey right there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because I pay it more attention as the seasons go on, but it's been pretty noticeably bad, in my opinion.
So I pay a lot of attention to this, and I have for a long time. Mainly because of the Vegas Golden Ref shit. So I was like determined.
Yeah,
I was so determined to say.
because wasn't last year? Last year we had one of the least penalties for, but we also had like the fewest penalties. No,
we had the least
penalties.
We had like the least. We had the least power plays in like league history, or like close to league history.
Yeah.
And I remember all year last year we were just getting hacked and slashed and tripped. They never called it, and I honestly think it's because we're a big, strong team. So like when we get tripped, no one belly flops. They just kind of stumble,
Yeah.
Or if you get hooked, they're not gonna be like Tim
If you don't
Stutzla and
sell
sell it. They're gonna try to fight
Or
through it.
Nazem Kadri.
No, you know who's bad? Alexis Lafreniere.
Oh yeah,
That was
the Rangers game. He was pretty bad.
he was just flopping all over the ice, just flying across. I'm like, okay, bud, let's calm down.
Gold medal in Olympic diving.
Yeah,
But but no, I would say the last 2 years I think were the first times where I was like, actually, maybe we do have a reffing problem. Because before I was always the one where I was like, no, you're just biased. We're all just biased for our own teams. But the last year or two, I'm like, no, there have been some questionable ones.
Doro's got like a few very blatant hooking calls on a breakaway
yep.
that they just didn't call. I like when you see players throw their arm up because they know that they got hooked or slashed or something. And then it just
when
goes
Stone
away.
throws his arm up, I know a penalty has happened.
Yeah.
I trust Merk Stone, and then there's no call on it. Like last night, something happened behind the net, or something happened. He threw his hand up, and you kind of see the replay where there's like a very clear hook or slash. We're like, oh, they just didn't call it. Like someone was watching it, they didn't call it. So I'm like, yeah, you got every right to be. Are you going? Oh yeah, we got to wrap it up. He's got to get going. When Howden's charged into the net and he gets very blatantly tripped by the goaltender.
Yeah.
And nothing's called. But, anyways,
That'll always be a problem. It's never.
That's not our problem. That's every team's problem.
It gets better.
That's why
It gets worse.
I try not to focus on it too much because it
really
happens.
outside
it
of our.
bites everyone in the ass at one point or the other.
Yeah.
But November's over. Hopefully,
Fucking
thank
finally.
God.
the night.
Jesus.
Thank
Hopefully,
God.
the nightmare month is over. We start December off right. We go to Chicago, have a good game, see what Carter Hart does. We'll see.
Harder cart.
Hopefully, when William Karlsson's back.
Yeah.
And then
Lauzon.
please come back. And hopefully we'll be thankful after after Thanksgiving of more guys come back in December.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And then stay cold.
Stay home.
Stay gold.